Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Imperator Rome Thebes. This series continues, in which, as I'm going to say it here right now, this series will continue until the Marius update comes out. So do not expect it to be 20 or 30 some odd episodes. I'll just do as long as I can and hopefully achieve that major goal, which I have it in mind, but I'm not going to say it here, and I'm sure it's probably obvious to you because of the mission line we're following as Thebes, as it's 502, unless you want to be specific on the Gregorian calendar, which I'll tell you what date it is exactly as we go back to Greece. Centered around Thebes, yes, we controlled considerable parts that we directly govern, including Argos, Sparta, and Crete. We do not govern these areas, but rather they are my subjects. Except for this depopulated Zakynthos island, which there's only one freeman living there. Which I'm sure it'll be colonized back one day. One can hope. But however, we got some big decisions to make in the near future for the Theban kingdom. The last of the ships are being built. As you know, we continue to pour our money into this, but since we are fresh off from taking over Crete, as you can see the fire there, and we just recently returned home, so for now we're just lowering the port maintenance and the fleet maintenance. So, here's where we are at this point. These are the tasks that's already been completed. We're working on this. But here's one problem. Corinthos, the only city left out, is under the control of our ally, Macedon. Which we don't want to betray them very, very soon, because there's other places to take. And that's these two islands that was left out in Attica. But unfortunately, Salamis is fortified, and this much more fortified here. It's almost like they want to maintain military presence there, even though there's no armies present at the moment. But they still got their formidable navy there, while our navy is still relatively new onto the Mediterranean scene. But it is Egypt that boasts the largest navy and an army. And they are war ready, and they would have so much money that they could buy the best mercenaries money can buy locally. As they extend all the way down to, well, where the Nile began. That far. As they continue to push Kush out of there. So, consider this. Yes, we're ranked number 1 in the score. That's due to starting situation divider because I was a city-state at the beginning. But that's just how it is. It's the total scoring pop happiness and starting situation divider, hence the reason the big score. But as far as the ledger is concerned, yes, it's true. Egypt has the biggest army in the world, but the largest navy belongs to the Persian Empire, which I'm sure most of that's at the Persian Gulf, and a few of them over there. So, Egypt is a superpower. But obviously, and yes, second. But it's the Morea that has considerably the largest army in terms of manpower to be ready and waiting. But overall, Egypt has the strongest military strength of cohorts. but the largest Mediterranean fleet is Egypt. So you're going to be in the future fighting against the best of the Diadochi state. Considerably. I mean, to be fair, they're at wars with others. That's the reason why they're not at their fullest strength yet. And Rome is still up and coming, but who knows? As it's a war with the Etruscans. And boy, up there. And yes, we do have naval range that can take us to Egypt without incident. Until you get into the Nile, that's when you are not in naval range. This side of the Nile Delta, our ships cannot go further. Otherwise it'll be taking damage. Neither on the eastern coast of the Phoenician Sea. Thanks to taking Crete. But here in Thebes, our old ruler Hippostratos I, who's been around for a long time. As you can see the current date. One would think from his background, like in his younger years, he was one of the Theban exiles. And when the city was rebuilt under Cassandros of Macedon, he was one of its first rulers. He was, at age 21, he became crowned Basileus of Thebes, which was just a city-state. And look how it grew, plus the subjects from all over, except for a select few further up. He was never a military man himself, but he had the finesse, he had the charisma, but unfortunately not the zeal. But now, his years are withering away. He's ailing, in which he will soon die, and he will be succeeded by Nikakos, which unfortunately he's also ailing because of inflammation and lung disease. Only because he could not afford the money to... Hey, drop that. Get yourself treated. You got your personal wealth. Get yourself treated. We hate to make you, Basileus right now with that kind of popularity. And should you die, you will be second in line, we assume, is him. Yes, grandson. Who also isn't doing well due to dysentery and depression. Okay, these are curable. But he's rather corrupt. While he has no family himself. Not yet, at least. So, originally we have plans to take on one of the Diadochi, but the most likely candidate, I mean, they got weak manpower, but still you have to rely on mercenaries to get things done if we want to take these two islands, Salamis and in Attica. But they have others that could join. Including Byzantium. That's an actual culture? Hang on. Let's say, do they really exist? Yes, they're called Propon. As you zoom in a bit. Yeah, you could see it. While the ocean is just centered there. While meanwhile our friends are still stuck up there. Which there goes civil war and many other terrible things, which is going to make them stuck up there for a while. Which means if I ever wanted to, like in a future war against Macedon, I would likely ally with them to get them a piece of vengeance, and also to let our guys go through here. But at least there are a few that remain here. And also we don't want to start the war right now, as we are in a recovery period, because the invasion of Crete was slightly harder, because they, Cretans, were resistant. So we're in a recovery period, which is just in time that we will be entering into a succession crisis. The death of Hippostratos, and if Nearchus doesn't get his act together, well then there's going to be more problems. So, this is the grandchild of the Basileus. It's the other. Third in line. Fourth in line. We could see. If you die, then he's going to be. Frail and dysentery. And this 10-year-old here is the healthiest one out of all. Has the gods cursed us? I mean, I understand my old age. I mean, I'm a great ruler and all, but is this the time? Really? But again, invasion plans will be put on hold. We must focus on the here and now. Damn it, son! You're supposed to get yourself treated. Instead, you're gambling. Stop that! You are wasting that wealth away. I can't tell you to drop it, but health's going down in months. Who's going to expire first, you or me? 38.9. 21. You know what, those who are still in prison, sell them to slavery. Simply for the sake of it. Okay. And plus, here's another problem about us. Despite us males are rather unhealthy, except for a select few, we are a small family compared to the other prominent ones. Thus, we have a weak power base. And the ones you have to watch out for is them. Especially when that man runs the army. As we say, focus on the here and now. Racked with pain, throws dire affection. Nearchus Aristodemid has sustained a permanent injury. Should act it faster. Oh, what are they doing to my son? This is gonna be an Aristodemid tragedy. A family tragedy. What? Oh, minor character. Been murdered. By who? We've been informed that Capellan was found brutally murdered in his home just last night. Investigators have reported that the wicked pipe was used in the crime, a device known to be feared by ghosts. However, we have no hard evidence to think of this crime. Regardless, we should be watchful. Not at all now that we consider him guilty, even though he's 100% yes man. But I like to keep my popularity all the way up. You're good at your job. More Roman power to us. Oh, kind of makes me wonder. Each of these subjects, you know, granting them access and whatnot. I mean, we do have access with them. Like, if we can get them back over there, say, hey, would you mind opening up? Yeah, just 1 second. I wonder if that's applied to all the subjects. No? Well, why don't you do it yourselves? Allowed military access, granting military access. Again, trying to get them back over here. Just wondering if there is a way. If not, then they're stuck. 1 sec. Nope. It does not say that it automatically applies to them, so that has to be done manually, so they're stuck up there. Anyways, philosopher in Argos. A new wise man has become renowned among our citizens in the city of Argos, province of Arcadia. They now started to look to him for guidance in their daily lives, following his teachings and ideals. The philosopher is specializing in teaching the minor nobles and rich citizens of the city about the virtues and claims to give them the education they need to lead our nation forward in the coming years. Oh, yeah, why not? I'll take a little hit in popularity, just to get a lot of charisma, so that way we can show how charismatic this tolerant, self-controlled, merciful, wise king. Last the ship has been built, thus completely assembling the fleet, but it needs a little more. Oh, and do not forget, we need those too. Again, we're assembling an armada for the future naval conflict with the Egyptians. Now we start gaining manpower again. We'll trade of anybody, including our future enemies. Well, you can't see the hell, but you can hover it. Yeah, this is rather concerning. What are you gonna do, climb a holding? It's gonna be too late for that. No. I said no. So we have interests against you. 29%, 7. So health's going down to a month, you know. So I got 2 to 3 months left in me. You've risen Thebes from the... Well, Cassandros rebuilt the city of Thebes after it was destroyed by Alexander the Great. But Hippostratos made Thebes a great city once again under him and made it a hegemony of Greece. And now as we see his health wither, so he's going to pass. We shall miss him. And now it's going to be taken over by his son, who isn't doing well either. And his grandson, not so much. But that's only if he can get a proper treatment. Instead, I mean, what kind of son is he? Besides, it's like, don't you know your father's dying? In a few days, he's about to pass. And yet, they want to request a proposal, he'll never get there. And yet he wants to spend his last few months of his life gambling. And now he can't afford that money for treatment. Damn it, man. And you're not even that good. Illnesses ain't helping either. Okay, he's turned 16. He's frail as dysentery, but he's devout, so he's more of a religious man. Depressed and dysentery, but these are treatable. At least the dysentery part. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. They're really fortifying the heck out of this island. These Antagonists. No, they... I was about to say, did they cancel the order? They're building it. Well, here it is. Old loyalties and allegiances in a monarchy are never entirely tied to the state, but rather to the monarch. With the death of Hippostratos of Aristodemid, our grasp over the various parts of our empire loosens ever so slightly. It will be up to Nearchos Aristodemid to once again strengthen our hold and win the hearts of his people and prove himself more than just a new face on the coins. Long live the monarchy! If it can long live. Nearchos Aristodemid rose to the throne and will now rule our glorious nation. The gods are weeping over the passing of Hippostratos Aristodemid. Stability's dropped. Died of natural causes. Diphtheria, you mean? What are the subjects' loyalties? Considerably high, including Dendaria. We have Dendaria as a tribal vassal of mine? Since when? No wonder why they're stuck up there. But a tribal vassal. So it pays me for a month. Is limited by diplomacy as a subject. Macedon's my only ally. So Dendaria. Right. Anyways. Who's going to be the new chief diplomat? So here's a decision to make. I mean, it's my new primary heir who could be something if he can get himself better. So, like, what do you think? He stopped gambling, but he can't afford a treatment without paying. But this is for lung disease. So, what is it? Should we try? Should we let this ruler die of his illnesses and his frailty, which isn't doing him good? This man is not frail, but he's slightly better in martial. But however, he has no spouse. Not yet. So, let's see. As far as skill is concerned, and the consort contributes, she's better at everything that he does. This is a sad state of affairs. Honestly, he would make a better. He would be a better Basileus than I. So I think we should let this. I think we should let him die slowly. So don't seek treatment, but legitimacy, great. But hold on. Talking about personal wealth or state wealth? When is your birthday coming up? Next July. At least we gotta get you tutored. At least you have to be for something. Well, it's gonna be you because of the statesmanship. Unfortunately, the general of the army is gonna be going. What's his problem? Ambitious. That's one thing. But he has the gout, so his health will slowly wither away. But at least we have another army. Unfortunately, it's from that same family too. Is that correct? Yes, they're related. In fact, son of the general. Great, we created a military family. But at least this one's more loyal than the other. But there's only one pretender. One person supporting the pretender. And rather unpopular, but there is a way to get popularity as stability is not changing, so that's going to be a problem. Can't afford to hold the games either. How much money do you have? 8. What as I said before? Treatable. Right? And you would make a better Basileus. It's a hard decision, but as I said, we're gonna have to let this character's health dwindle. And with a army disloyal, that means economy goes up. Not enough to start a civil war. Get off of Crete. Well, there's a problem. The island's too crowded. You got 4 cities in this big island. But there is a way, now that we have the money. Let's get some food in. Every kind of food. Two vegetables. Some livestock. If only there was grain, but gave me a thought, but just keep importing, just all the good food. Seems Cappadocia's becoming our main trading partner instead of the Antigonid. We're just throwing them all in there. And in there. I don't know if that many vegetables is going to make a difference. Actually, it might. Surplus grain in the capital. Let's see if it registers. Not to mention we get a lot of money for that trade. There, it's going up. We'll be building 2 granaries there, just to increase the food storage there. Because Crete is going to be the place where, if we ever fight against Egypt, and if we have to fight on land to make gains, armies will be stationed there to be a resupply area for expeditionary wars such as there, or even areas like Cyprus, or even as far as Phoenicia. Which, why on earth we would want to go over there? But now there's a possible threat of civil war. May have to bribe him. I have the money with. There could be other ways. I mean, he's definitely going to be around. And my legitimacy is in question. You can't bring that man to trial. His power base is too high. Perhaps the nicest thing I could do for him is just to befriend him. I mean, I would hate for him to be disloyal too. Oh, he's rivaled with me. Sorry about this. Hope you held no ill will towards me to death. It's your father who is threatening civil war, because he never got his just due. I'll be using my personal funds for this. As I said, can't go to war until the manpower is fully recovered and build a good war chest, but we gotta solve this little problem here first. It is well known that Hippostratos Timide, how do you say that last name? He's been sick of a particular government office for some time. Until now he's been passed over, unjustly in favor of others. With a well-placed word and some wrangling could achieve both his aims in a row. Give him what he wants. So, he's off command. Yeah, we got this part. I just had a little thought. It's like, okay, we got our army under control, but unfortunately, they're all loyal to him. Another good general, but he's from that same family, as I said. Damn it, we created a military family. Very corrupt. Hellenic Hebrew man. Because I was wondering, because I saw that last time, I'm like, that's not a Greek name. Anyways, yes, we do have a Hebrew minority here. It's just due to these big cities they've been living in. As a matter of fact, how many Hebrews are there? They're from the Levant. 10. There you go. It is the Cretans that far outnumber us. And Athenians. Why are they so populated? It's the question. It's because they got 4 cities in one island. So he's still threatening civil war. That's what I'm going to do, at least befriend him. So only a tiger is sure to win him over. We don't want no civil war, because he's definitely going to be around when I pass. Because I decided that I do not have the skills nor the means. Even if I were to fully recover by some miracle and so on. Well, Aristodemid Dynasty will be a much better one. If he can get well. Otherwise, this is going to be a bit of a family tragedy that would shake the nation to its very core. No more disloyal characters. Good. Barely. I mean, a small part of that was due to the tyranny, but that was from the predecessor. And no wonder he keeps buying all these holdings for himself. But we have control of the army for now. We need stability again. 12 years old, wants to become bureaucrat. Yeah, let him. If he wants to become bureaucrat, let him. This is definitely going to hurt the legitimacy when he passes, but that was my choice. Because I believe the Dallas will be much better. He'll be much better. And he will find a bride for himself to start his own little family line. Accident. We've been told that a major industrial accident at the extensive works in the vicinity of Chalia in Belsha. Stone is the main export of the city. It seems the knuckleheads in charge of the site allowed parts of the structural supports fall into neglect as they try to keep up with the high demand. A huge collapse all but wiped out on the working ships of slaves. The owners have come groveling to the provincial authorities for compensation to help with re-establishing production. Slaves themselves are none too happy with the loss of their friends and family, and are naturally cagey about returning to work in such conditions. Without significant repairs, there is no way production can be maintained anywhere near the previous levels, and the slaves are bound to cause problems about the show of goodwill. Oh no. If this is going to be my last act, but the entire province here. Slaves of various nationalities aren't too happy about this. And we could potentially lose all that money. Again, that's state funds, not personal funds. I know what the first tax he's going to do, but that's only if he can live. But if I choose this, I'll be less popular. I'll be widely hated. But we will only cover the repair cost. The slaves been killed in. They're not going to be happy as we ignored them. Sorry. They threatened for civil war again. But I'll give you free hands. We know he's corrupt, so spend your last years very corrupt then. As I said, Brendan's side is going to pass, and he's going to be the better one, even though this is definitely going to hurt the legitimacy. And also, he's not widely popular because he's unproven. And nobody ever asked, and he never asked for marriage, but we'll soon change that. That's the thing about playing in a monarchy. Whatever, what's your... Oh, you're the philosophos. You're the court philosopher, that's what you are. Nephew of... Hang on. Wouldn't he be the better tutor? So we're tongue prominent skeptic. Possibly. Be careful. Shut up. We have a cast spell against you, and one day we will fight against you. Even though nobody's bothered to declare war against them, or anybody for that matter. So they're going to be a problem in the future. They do not have it against us. What's Rome doing? Since we've been improving relations with them a bit. Are they willing to ally with us? Not yet. But we'll get too many relations, they said, as their regional power. But if they make significant gains, they'll become a major power. Carthage does not have cash power against Rome. Rome does have it against Macedon. They do have it against Carthage. What are you up to? Hebrea, Mystia, Talant, Illyric. Hey, this is our chance to take Epirus again. You didn't declare war against Talant direct? No. That's against them. They want to continue on their coast in this region. I mean, we're ready for war, but a prolonged one? No. But this kind of war here, locally? Sure. Of the signing general on duty. This is the same family again. But original thinker, but he's more loyal. None of our Aristodemids are very good at this, but since we need a best general in this best army, I guess we have to. You got it. We're coming. I would like to have Epirus. I do have a claim on Epirus against Talantia. Talantia. You got it. Let's move. You are to follow. As backup. I'll march it fast, you'll be marching slow. Up the economy, up the fort maintenance. Off you go. And we'll get some assistance here. Hey, you can actually fight these guys, and you can actually make your way back down here, if you can. Well, meanwhile, our Basileus chooses to die. Okay, slow down. Let our morale recover. Then we go take that capital. There's only 2 forts, so this should be easy. To take and hold it, that's my interest. If Macedon is willing to give us Epirus. Off we go. It's gonna be good loot. There we go. Oh there, here we are. Oh, there goes the loyalty drop again. That is severe inflammation. And now, here's the new Basileus in charge. He isn't doing well, but he's got to get himself treated. The only way to do that is to siphon funds. And hopefully it will not be too late for Miles. And if he dies, then he takes over, but he's frail and has dysentery. And he's the only healthy one. Look at what's down the line. It's getting worse and worse every time. Like the siphon funds. And plus, since I like to start my own family at this age, I'm about to turn 35, so might as well do that right now. The question is who? 18, 16, 16. Okay, there's plenty of young ones, so let's have a examination. If I get rid of dysentery, that'll be 4 martial. 1 finesse, great. 5 charisma if you get rid of both depressed and dysentery. But you've got the zeal. So what I'm lacking really is the finesse and the martial. Unfortunately, if you're looking for martial, too old. It's 36, which that ain't enough. Even though the finesse is really there. Then there's her. Again, if I can get over dysentery. You know, it's just a minor character. Suffer from infection. Down. I mean, I have the zeal. I have the charisma if I can get rid of both of them. But that's, you know, subpar. The finesse is there, but unfortunately she's a bit depressed. Also, she's dumb. Dumb but loyal, that's how it usually works. But she's 16. Also, it's from that family. Oh, you're the daughter of the general of the Second Army. Alright, it shall be you because it has family connections. So I choose you. +3 with excitement. Aristodemid summoned his domestic far too long alone. He decided to extend the offer of marriage to the splendid young maiden Imperator of the Aristodemid Dynasty. Despite the appearance of Hippostratos, head of the family, it seems that all concerns itself about a promise of eternal fidelity that offered no proposal. Yes, up the loyalty, that's what we wanted. The daughter of the general. The general's daughter. Even though she's a little depressed, but it'll do for the time. While meanwhile, knowing that he has nefarious tendencies, which means his corruption won't change, but it will by siphoning funds, because I need money. Badly. I need money, I need children, and I need to send money to get myself treated before I expire. Otherwise, this line of succession is going to continue to go down, down, down. Anyways, we have a war to win. Can't advance yet until this fort is taken down. We only got one Basileus character. Hang on. Oh yes. The fort he was about to see was the court philosopher who supervises libraries and the gathering and protection of knowledge. Aristodemid needs one. Well, the primary heir, soon to be pretender if I get a child. Oh, that isn't going to do much with that low statesmanship. You are going to be a screw-up. Plus you're 18, so relatively young. If it gets out of hand, then May tell them to support the new heir, whether if it's a daughter or a son. They have to. Anyways, some of the followers of Tycho are asking us funds to build a shrine to their goddess in the territory of Epidaurus or Laconia. It would certainly be a blessing to the city as well as a new shrine and area for the people to congregate. Though it's not stated outright, it is implied that lack of reverence would help turn against the nation. We wish them luck finding funds elsewhere, thus keeping me unpopular. You got salt? I saw the offer. Athens will, but they won't give it up. Well, what are we missing? Iron. You got more? Oh. We'll get it from Crete then. At least it's local. Now we got heavy infantry discipline. Light of a pretender. Euphemia Aristodemid, once a favored sibling of our recently ascended ruler, has, perhaps wisely, chosen to flee Thebes in the moment of opportunity. It appears that she kneels at the very second before the vaulted court of Antigonid Kingdom in hope of being granted asylum. They can only hope that they refuse this foolish request in good time and pursue better relations. She defected against a terrible enemy to us. Declare an enemy of the state. Now, don't ask us for alliance anymore. Two more ships. Future reference. Well, since I got no friends. Plus, you're my subject, correct? Correct. We don't need a friendship. I need my popularity. I'll befriend whoever I wish to. Hey, at least y'all made your way down here. Some of you are still sticking up there. Your turn. Let's say, I know I haven't impregnated you yet, but I could keep a close eye on you. So I could check up on you every once in a while. Keep at it. Here's a minor character. Not as good, but hey, something to increase our family's prestige. Look at how small our dynasty is now. Or may even resort to adoption, which I don't typically do that. Just want to start my own family line, if I can get better. Keep an eye on the wealth too. Thank you. So I was about to say, hey, keep off, that's our target. If you're willing to give us Epirus. he's got no lower cohorts, but I don't think we should be concerned in our current position. Or send this man. Oh, just send him. When the next opportunity arises, I'll be sure to send a general out, knowing that he's going to get lower cohorts himself. Don't have the charisma like we used to. Our benevolent, charismatic ruler is long gone. But now our legitimacy is called into question sooner or later. After we settle this little matter, before we focus more on here. Until Lucinda Marsos Hippostratos says, well, as those under his charge have been doing a disappointing job. Seems people are having issues with them reporting back to us how difficult they are to work with. When talking to the man, he claims it's simply a matter of bureaucracy being difficult, not the funds for his office has been lacking lately. He makes sure to mention repeatedly that it would most likely work out if they were given more funds to work with. Oh, don't tell me how much. Lose corruption. Or... oh no. He's loyal enough. Plus, he's an ailing health, so I'll just say the corrupt trader will not be given anything. Get rid of that low corruption while I'm continuing siphoning funds for myself. There exists in Thebes a general feeling of dissatisfaction with the financial practice of Clintoners of Aristodemid. Malicious rumors circulate, painting a wild picture of hoards of gold jealously squirreled away in the national treasury. You bastard. We just donate to the poor. Yeah, because of your low statesmanship, you're no good. I'm sure you'll do a better job in the future. You want to keep a high stability, so it doesn't go down fast. Almost there. After we take this fort, we'll retreat back to friendly lines. They don't want to advance up further. What office is that? Monarch's High Priest and directs religious sacrifices. At least he's a Hellenic, not Jewish. Would be strange to have a Jew running things. But I don't want to give more prestige to either of these families, and rather for us, Aristodemid, so give it to the Hebrew. He's brave and silver-tongued. He could have been a general, but we decided no. He's good too. But at least he respects the Hellenic gods, so he's our chief priest. At least the popularity's coming up, so now we're in the right track. Alright, move out. Back to friendly lines. You'll be stationed down in Athens, or we will head back to Thebes proper. Hey, 80 population. That means we can make Athens a metropolis if we have the money. Which is going to take a lot. Invest more in those. Just pick whatever you want. Slow down on the trade there, because we don't have enough money to import more goods. Slow down, will you? Not good, but we're getting there. And you're one of the good ones. Yes? Actually, no. What happened? He became foolish, he's depressed, inflammation. Damn! Need a new physician. One's got better statesmanship than this one. 56, 30, 56. Okay. Give it to you. Because I trust you that you're going to be the one to treat this ailment. I would hate it if I impregnated her while I still am not cured. Then we would just have one child. And it would be dangerous to have a child ruler. Unfortunately, I only have one holding, but I could revoke some, but I would risk alienating thee. Hang on. I mean, I would take it right off of him, and he somewhat trusts me, even though I refused funding. So he's got 7 holdings. He's got 12. Okay! That's rather excessive of you. Not to mention last. When they're at very low health, we'll take it off of them. The greatest threat to any nation comes not from without, but from within. The constant infighting between those who would name themselves heir can consume countless resources and lives. Our spies at the court ascertain that Epicurus, Aristodemid, a man who has made no secret for his ambitions for the throne, is plotting to ensure his future is doing away with the competition. Keep an eye on him. Put more faith in our subjects. We're not that malicious. We got the money, but comet sighted. A terrifying thunderclap over the skies of Thebes last night heralded a terrifying, awe-inspiring sight. The very fabric of creation seemed rent asunder by flame and smoke as if as it was by Zeus himself. People cowered in their homes, seeking to avoid the certainty of the imminent wrath of the divine. Almost as soon as its manifestation had appeared, however, it crept away over the horizon, signaling the territory of our neighbor, Macedon. Right over there. In haste, the resident expert in the matters of faith, yes, the Hebrew man, he was summoned to explain his mystery. According to Basileus, this event can only have been a message sent by Zeus, intended to legitimize our position as the chosen people. Basileus insists that Zeus must have made a minor miscalculation when he sent the message into the lands of our Mediterranean neighbors, and that we must do all in our power to possess the city, where the divine communicator must have landed. How exciting! We do own that territory, not directly, but we gotta integrate them. Plus, there is no city here, so it's fine. It's part of Arcadia. Sorry about this, but we're gonna start integrating right now. It'll be done in 2 years' time. Is that so? We can make it go faster by switching to domineering stance, but there's no rush. We got other priorities here in court. Epicurus Aristodemid spending increasing quantities of time with our beloved heir, Aristodemid. These two are natural enemies, so it might be wise to be particularly careful with this developing situation. Unfortunately, we were unable to acquire much information of what the two conspirators were discussing. Troubling. No action will be taken. Now I have to get myself treated. This scheme can have medical consequences, so I want to go medical intervention. I'm depressed, but the dysentery is slowly eating me away, so I'd rather just live a little bit longer. Epirus is secure, but I don't know if Macedon is willing to give it to us. I hope so. Oh, by the way, once this is integrated, I'm taking that fortress down. Speaking of fortresses down, now we can lower the maintenance, since ain't nobody going to be having it. Or plan on taking it down. The two dastardly claimants to the throne of Thebes, who have been plotting together to cause all manner of chaos, seem to have fallen foul of another. So much so that Aristodemid is reportedly marching a band of hired thugs to the dwelling place. At this very moment, they're going after him. If we wished to wait to say now, it would be time. They will engage in combat based on their personal statistics. Man's more into diplomacy, but he's skeptical. Whereas he... oh no. Plus he's frail. He's got good zeal and... I think we should really step in. I mean, the man may not be healthy, but he's younger, but the dysentery, which is... somehow runs in the family. Stop this madness right now. No infighting. Don't you know how small our family is? If we continue all this infighting, it's going to cause more problems than it needs to be. We made them a military family. Where's our prestige? We're the ones that made Thebes great. Please help. Nikakos, please help. Oh. At a recent feast, our lost subject, the master, was making merry when he fell mysteriously and suddenly ill. We suspected it might have been poisoned by those seeking to do away with the competition for the throne. If we value his life at all, we should seek assistance immediately. He's one of the good ones. Call in our physician. The man's brain damaged. Brain damage is a terrible affliction that can render the victim a shell of their former self, resulting in many inflammatory or physical injuries. The bearer will usually require constant care during the time they have left. He doesn't have it in him anymore. You take the job now. I am incapable of keeping my family under control. But that ends the chain event. I was able to put a stop to prevent a duel from breaking out, because I don't want my brother killed. Oh yes, who could forget about my mother, who is, you know, an orator, silver-tongued, but arbitrary, crafty, and wise. Citizens from Macedon. We are informed that groups of citizens are preparing to move from Megara to Corinthos, one of the regions of our ally Macedon. It is said having a better understanding of our two cultures could bring us ever closer. It would certainly weaken us if all our people start leaving Thebes. Aye, these are our citizens. A little bit of tyranny doesn't hurt, but still. Have not impregnated her yet, but I'm in bad health. Please treat this dysentery. Get rid of it. I can handle depression. This is your last chance. If it reaches all the way, that I am a dead man. And then soon it's going to be led by a brother of mine who has dysentery, but he's also frail. Pray to the gods for a miracle. I mean, even in this stable kingdom, this is rather a dangerous time. Also, you should get married right now. What are you lacking? Martial and charisma. It's unfortunate. You will marry this minor. You know she's suffering herself. Oh no, she's 32, not gonna even matter. Okay, this one who isn't as good, but she is around your age, so. Just at least have a child. Otherwise, there won't be an Aristodemid Dynasty anymore. Otherwise, it's going to be this troublemaker. Who also happens to be a tutor. Did you know that? "21 health. I'm not going to get treated, am I? Treatment successful. He's been receiving treatment for an ailment for some time now, thanks to the superb skill of Megacos, who oversees the mysterious medical arts. It would seem that full recovery has been made. Excellent. Now I just got to get rid of depression, but the health decline will be very, very slow now. Well, just wait a second. It'll be slowed down for now. But it would be problematic if I'm pregnant or now, so this is why I had to get him married. Now we're gonna have to watch for these two, because I care about them too. This is the first time in this series where I feel more concerned about what's going on here in the court rather than outside of the kingdom, including our future expeditions. That is the least of the worries. We had plans for an invasion to grab the islands off of mainland Greece, but it's going to have to put on hold because of the succession crisis and as well as the health crisis within the family. Because dysentery's been prominent. I am cured of it. He's not. We got Empress! At least I like to have a little bit of popularity in me, so just no quarter. They're barbarians. Plus, most of them are uprights anyhow. Nobody is from up there. We got Empress. I'm happy with that. Let me see the buildings. Marketplace, training camp. This city, only a theater. Take these fortresses down. Both of them. Empress is not really a priority, but I will build a fort up there. With a choke point in the hills. Here it is, yes. Fortunately, it's occupied by... Okay, fine, we'll build it here. It's gonna take a long time, though. And plus, even if they do come all the way down here, they're going to have to get through this too. July of this year, Antonia will be ours, and that place where that comet landed, coming to here too. Lower the army maintenance as well, because we're not planning on going to any war anytime soon because of internal problems. Oh, there goes all the vegetables. Gotta get food by any means. Actually, it's a lot cheaper to get it locally to put it in there. This should work. Wait for it. There we go. It's going up again. We're trying to store a lot of food into these new granaries that we built in Crete as a resupply area. Not pregnant yet, but the other. Nothing between the two. But I hope you get well soon. He was one of the researchers. You, because I don't want these two from Macedon. You any good? Okay. Another man from Macedon. Another. Was it just subjects giving me free minor characters? This man wants to kill me. He's my rival. Okay, this area is fully integrated. In a ramshackle farm out on the outskirts of Mantinea, a great depression in the ground mars the serene landscape. In the midst of this crater, a great, immovable rock lies dormant. It is unlike anything our advisors have seen, and the scribe mentions a near-forgotten prophecy of a message sent to our people by Zeus himself. Within days, multitudes of people flocked to see this unnatural edifice, many of them in fervent prayer. Truly, it seems that the prophecy was true, and that Thebes has been chosen by Zeus to fulfill his bidding. We are blessed indeed, Rock of Ages. Stay religion happiness up, and so is morale of armies. Anyways, you'll have our answer in a moment. Our client Mantinea has long upheld Theban ideals in a fair and even-handed manner. It is a matter of course, therefore, that their eventual integration into our state is to be a cause for jubilation. The Mantinean elite have been instrumental in facilitating this union, and many are hoping to find a place within our government. High charisma, but you're ill health. You're good all around. Give me him. But we can't just take anyone else in. You'll do. Disappeared into obscurity. You know, we've always wanted to ally with Rome, Carthage, and Magna Graecia. Having an alliance with Rome would definitely benefit us if we were to fight against Macedon in the future, as they continue to grow and grow bolder by the day. But I fear that we may be dragged into the few conflicts with Carthage. Of course, I have no desire to go over Magna Graecia. But I'll accept this alliance. I actually wanted to ally with them for a while now. If I don't get a child anytime soon, I might resort to adopting. There's plenty of them here, but let's become bureaucrats. No, not you. Tell you what. They keep making offers to lie with me, but they're not going to get it. Egypt's at war, intervening in a civil war. Like that's going to do anything. Oh, get that down. Since we have Argos. One would think I should integrate them all, so that way it'll be doing very great for the economy and manpower, but we're getting a good portion of manpower from the pops more than the subjects. We will slowly integrate them one by one, but not yet. Even though many of them are still stuck up there. Or then. But it still has its uses. None of these women are pregnant. Okay. I'm gonna make this promise. If I reach down to 10 health, if I don't get rid of the depression anytime soon, I'm gonna start adopting. Because, you know, we would hate for this family to die out. And also we can either change from a autocratic monarchy to either theocratic monarchy, which you can have an oratory idea and 2 religious ideas, or adopt a stratocratic monarchy, which is what Sparta used to have, 2 military ideas and 1 oratory. Because here, in an autocratic, you have 1 military, 1 civic, 1 religious, which it's kind of like this, so there's no reason for a sudden change in monarchy. The style of it, no. We're not that religiously devoted, nor we're that militaristic. So we do have Epirus, and I'm happy with that. Need discipline. Next time, save up money for capital and port routes. Give me a 3rd aqueduct. Very concerned. There's also a man that wants to kill me. But if I choose to interfere, he's going to be a disloyal character. And he's going to cause problems, so it's a 10% chance of that happening. He ain't going to get me. Still got the food storage coming in, don't you worry. It's just that island is a bit overpopulated. You've got too many alliances. Oh no. If Carthage were to attack, which they do not have a cast spell against them. Okay, never mind then. I guess that's why they are like this. The citizens, the denizens of territory, of Thermon, have been feuding with their neighbors in Stratos. As a result, an impressive fortified wall has been erected in Thermon, quite outdoing the efforts of their rival. Round up the workers. We go on the attack. Free manpower. What are you? I thought they were about to call us in. So you're up against Sedaria. And Dardania. You're really going up against these troubles. If Rome ever were to recover, they would definitely be a good ally to fight against Macedon. Like, in a future war with Macedon, we would have to get this. That'll be our main objective. But we could theoretically punch our way through to Macedonia proper, further weakening their power base. That's what would happen in a theoretical war with Macedon. I mean, we could do that, but we would risk losing some of their naval support for a future conflict against the Egyptians. So, in a future conflict, I'll decide that I think Egypt would be the best target, because we have to fight against Andros, which unfortunately they're going to remain loyal for good. So we have to take these islands and hold them while we mainly fight them at sea. Give me this. So the best way to fight against Egypt is to keep their navy away from our shores. That's what's going to happen in a theoretical conflict. Our vassal for a ducat. While our old nation is struggling to find the funds we need, our vassal, they have a lot of gold to spare. Under the leadership of Nekarchos, it's a popular name these days. Oh no, you're talking about him. Who's proposed demanding aid from our vassal. It would be an unpopular move among our vassals, but sometimes a popular action has to be taken. Send a request. We're doing this for once. Though it seems they had to talk it over quite a bit, we finally received the payment we wanted from them. With the aid of Aristodemid Dynasty, the one who has repeatedly shown a positive relationship with their leader, had finally to give up and send us the funds. That's it? But at least it's enough just to get at least one of these. What do we need? Base metals. You got any base metals? Yes, that's for light infantry offense. Good. You know, we should integrate them too, because they're part of He's got one lower cohort. Send him out. Maybe we should wait for his return. Anyways. If they have at least 190s coming. Oh, of course. Will do. You have to make them like us so much in order to start integrating. Because with our ever-increasing population, we're starting to get, you know... So we kind of need a little bit of this land with its livestock here. Kind of need that. Nothing. Again, you would see the character pregnant icon right next to the gender. That's where you would see it. But remember, if I don't get rid of depression soon, and if the health goes down at 10%, then I'm going to start adopting. Oh, you were second place. Attempting to gouge the eyes of notice. I guess High Marshal is the way. I'll finesse or it's just luck. Who knows? He'll be coming. And then he'll be back in the army. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to close this episode right here. So in the next episode, we'll see what's in the fate of our middle-aged Basileus, who's now 40, has no child, and his brother with no child. There could be more problems, or let's hope for better days for Thebes ahead. But until then, so long for now.